with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done.
Good day to you. Hey everyone, welcome back to for great English for starting off the stream. Welcome back to another stream. It has been a while, but seeing as how we're on lockdown, we're on isolation, we can't really go anywhere at the moment. They can't lock down our jets. So I thought rather than do some airshow practice, I thought I'd actually jump online for a change. And we do some flying around in the Aerobatics online server. Look at this warbird. Whoa, nice. How's that for an introduction to the stream? That was a better intro than I could have given you. Epic. Now I have been spending a lot of time on the Aerobatics online server. Quite a lot lately. Had a lot of fun in the server. And the multiplayer moments videos that you've been seeing on the channel, pretty much everything comes from this server. So, as you can see, we're in a cold and dark state on the Hornet at the moment. Now, I'm not 100% sure when the server is due to reset. The server resets every 6 hours. But let's get our Hornet fired up. Whoop. And let's get ready to go. I'm not going to go through the full cold start procedure of checklist and stuff, because we just want to get in the air and get rocking and rolling. So hope everyone is keeping safe and well in these slightly dark times that unfortunately the entire world is having to face at the moment. I am looking for 18% on the RPM before I switch my throttle to idle. I'm going to go ahead and turn on all our displays. Reset our master caution. Switch our INS to ground so we can get that aligned as soon as our systems get up and running. Let's get a little bit of console lighting in here. Uncage this. I'm going to set my bingo to £3,000. We're going to get the left engine up and running. Once again, looking for 18 on the RPM gauge. And up we go. I'm going to close the canopy. Looks like this warbird is coming back in for another pass. Let's zoom in a bit. That beeping is just to let us know that the aircraft has finished its test of the flight control systems. Absolutely awesome. We got a Hornet taking off here as well. And we got both engines up and running. Our INS is aligned, so I'm going to switch this to nav. Our ejection seat is armed. We do need to reset the flight controls. There we go. I should have done that before I'd done the test, but hey, never mind. Now, although we're in the Aerobatics server, I do turn my IFF on, which basically identifies you as a friendly to other aircraft who might be looking at you on the radar. Data link, also going to turn that on because then it shares information between aircraft, which is always good. Now as the APU shuts down, it shuts itself off automatically. I'm going to switch on our landing light, and I think we are almost ready to go here. Now, first things first. Yep, I did set that. We do have a little bit of light. I think I already rotated that. If I didn't, I have now. DCS page. Now we do have a full load of fuel. I'm just going to take a quick look at the F10 map to see if there's anyone kicking around or close to us. Got a little bit of action out at the carrier over here. A couple of Su-33s up to me. And there's Maverick. Interesting. So I think what we'll do is I think we'll go and practice some low-level flying around the valleys of Batumi. We can do some air-to-air refueling as well, which is something I've been doing a lot of. And I just started editing the air-to-air refueling video today. So I'm hoping to get that finished very soon. So we're going to set our flaps to half, going to set our takeoff trim. And we are almost ready to go. Quick check. See the Warbird has landed over here. The FW109. I think my parking brake's still on. Yes, it is. Liquid, you noob. There we go. Parking brake off. Let's rock and roll. Now as we taxi out here at Cobaleti, it is some nice conditions. Quick check of the windsock as well, if I can find it. Got someone coming in with smoke on. Crazy low, holy moly. Thought he was gonna hit the ground there when he went inverted. Where did the Warbird go? I was gonna take the short taxiway to get to the runway there, but I'm just gonna go to the top. Staring straight into the sun, burning our eyes. But it's fine. It's only our virtual eyes. It's like if you crash in DCS, it's fine. It's just a virtual environment. Obviously, we don't want to crash. I was going to say something, but I feel like I might jinx it. It has been quite a long time since I've actually crashed in a Hornet. Even through a lot of the various airshow practices and stuff that I have been doing lately. And flying with the squadron yesterday as well. Now, this is one thing I feel like a lot of people don't do enough of when they join the server. To me, it's just basic common sense. If you're going to be taking off or landing, it's always wise to have a look around and see if there's other jets landing ahead of you, taking off, etc, etc. So I always have a quick look. See, there's a guy over here with smoke on. I'm just going to see where he goes first, because I don't want to taxi out onto the runway. Just in case he might actually be landing and hasn't turned his smoke off. But I can't actually see where he's gone because of the sun. So we're going to taxi on out anyway. We're going to taxi Still looking. Okay, we're good. Let's get up into the air then. Center myself here. And off we go. Now I have to switch the stream to low latency this time because I did notice that by the time I'd replied to a message in chat, it was like 30 seconds. Oh, that's a crater. A little bit of a crater on the runway there. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Okay. That just happened. Holy freaking moly. How am I alive? Okay. Okay. It's gonna be that kind of day, I feel. Well, welcome to the Aerobatics online server. Holy freaking moly. Holy moly has become my favourite saying lately. Now, as we head over to Batumi now, and just try and forget that even happened. Uh, quick type in chat, just to see what actually happened. Now, there is actually a Russian carrier over here beside Batumi that is also fun to practice landing on, even with a Hornet. We do have some absolutely gorgeous sky conditions at the moment. Like, I forget sometimes how beautiful DCS can be. Just gonna level off here at 3,500 feet. No point activating the autopilot to hold it at the moment because we're going to be heading left into the valleys very shortly. You can see the carrier just here and Batumi on the left here. So we're just going to start our left turn. Just have a quick look at the F10 map. See if there's anyone around here. Yeah, a couple of SU-33s. Cool. Okay, anyway. Just going to hold this altitude just now. They are on the ground by the looks of things, which is good for us. And we're going to start dropping our altitude as we make our way towards the valley. Oh, we have a fireball over here as well. Okay. Ah, boy. So we've had a fireball at Kobaleti and we've had a fireball at Batumi. Anyway, just recenter this camera. Let's get low. Underneath the power lines, of course. Gonna start cranking the throttle up a little bit. Avoid the pylon on the right. And in we go. Avoid the pylons below. Avoid the trees. Basically avoid anything that would kill you. Yeah. Yes, yes. There we go. Now these light conditions, it is quite hard to sometimes see just how low and close you are to the treetops. So you really do have to concentrate and pay attention. This is a different variation of a loop that I would normally take around the valleys here. But where's the fun in always doing the same thing? And because of all these trees, the frame rate might take a bit of a hit here. As we head towards the sun, coming up and over the treetops. We just head up and over these valleys and then dip back down into them as we will brake up and then down and left. Our speed really starting to climb as we descend. Swinging in here. Yeah, the frame rate really does take a hit if you come this way. It's okay though. Now we are going to head up and over the mountains here, and then we will brake left into one of the other valleys once again, bringing us back round towards Batumi. Trying to burn off some fuel so we can grab quite a bit from the tanker. So you come up and over the top, careful on the stick, you don't want to pull it too tightly. But the reason why you go inverted coming over the top of the hill is to minimize the negative G, sorry, the positive G forces on the body. Coming back down then towards Batumi. We're really picking up speed, so I'm just going to knock off the throttle as we go back to idle. Beautiful sky conditions here. Coming in low, close to the water. Oh yes. Blast across the deck of the Kuznetsov. And brake right. Pulling hard. There we go, that's a little bit of low level practice at Batumi. Okay, how much fuel have you got? Oh, we've got plenty. £8,000. Quickly check the F10 map for a second. And we do have this carrier group here. And the other carrier group is up here. Pardon me. So let's go and burn off some fuel. We want Arco 257. Do some air-to-air refueling. So Arco 257. I should really take a note of all this information so I don't have to keep checking this. Excuse me. TACAN is 6x. Nope, not that. So if we switch on our TACAN, transmit and receive is on, air to air, 6x is already selected, enter, and on, there we go. We have 72 miles to get to the tanker. So let's crack on the afterburner. Let's burn a little bit of fuel. Let's go and do a bit of air-to-air refueling. We are going supersonic here. Don't have to worry about any air-to-air regulations here. It's fine. You can see how quickly we do burn fuel in full afterburner. Just drinking that fuel. So we're going to get up to 20,000 feet. I'm going to start backing off the throttle now, because we're at Mach 1.37 for a second there. And once we're at 20,000, we'll hit the autopilot and just let the aircraft hold us at that perfect Angels 20. Start leveling off because we were climbing quite fast there. Just below 5 degrees of climb. Now we can hit the autopilot switch. And we'll get ready to turn it on once we get closer to 20,000. Start leveling that off now. I think the tanker's at 19,000 feet if I remember right. Feet to go. Oh, way past that now, so 70,000 feet. There we go. Autopilot on. And we'll just cruise our way to the tanker. I must admit, I have spent so much time in the Hornet lately that despite owning quite a lot of modules in DCS now, I really have grown quite affectionate towards the tanker. Lol, I just saw the trail of the tanker in the sky. I presume that's what that is there. As we're 19 miles away and you can see how quickly that's reducing. But yeah, like just how much time I've spent in the Hornet lately. I've really grown to love it quite a lot. If we just quickly look at our mark here, yeah, that's definitely our tanker. So we want to be behind it. Gonna knock off the autopilot. Now we started originally with 10,000 pounds of fuel. We've burned 4,000. So we're 6 miles away. I was going to say 6.4, but it's climbing. We'll start our turn in behind the tanker now. We're 2.6 miles behind it. We can start pushing the throttle back up again as we close in. You don't want to go too crazy with the throttle though, because then you build up so much speed that you end up flying right past the tanker. You just want to come in with a nice controlled and smooth approach. Let's see what's happening in chat. Nothing at the moment. It is quite quiet at this time. The server really does liven up towards the sort of later part of the day, especially here in the UK. 1.9 miles behind the tanker now, 1.8. Just going to hold this 305. And we'll start slowing it down as we get in a little bit closer. Oh, 1.2, 1.1. Just going to start backing off on the throttle now. We're going to say hello to the tanker.
Arco 161, request rejoin. 161, Arco, proceed to pre-contact at 26,000.
0.5 miles away. So we're only half a mile. Closing in gently. Now from here, we're just going to open our Air-to-air refueling probe. I should probably increase the glow on the instrument lighting actually. I can actually see those switches a bit better. A little bit more throttle just to get us closer in there. It's all about being very, very smooth. Small stick movements, etc., etc.
Ready, pre-contact. Cleared contact. Contact. You're taking fuel.
Oh, the tanker is turning. Oh. Settle down, settle down, settle down.
Return pre-contact.
Whoa. Honestly hate it when the tanker turns. Or levels out. It's not a smooth turn at all. Now we're almost full fuel and there's 10 minutes until the server resets. And to be honest, it's been really quiet in here, so unfortunately I don't see the point in continuing. And now we're gonna try and get this back in. Just try and hold the gentle bank, try and creep it back in there. No, 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 I screwed that up. Wow. Screwed that up so bad. I really wish that the AI tankers could be smoothened out with their movements from left to right. It's the same when you start tanking and the tanker is turning. When they level out, it levels out so fast that it's really hard to compensate for that. And I usually end up all over the place. I've been practicing air-to-air refueling a lot, but it's something that really, really bugs me.
Contact. You're taking fuel. Transfer complete.
See that? Transfer complete. Ah, so we were so close to actually getting it finished. Let's work up the console lighting a bit here. I've seen as how there's only 10 minutes left until the server resets itself. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm just going to keep the afterburner on for the rest of what's left. Ah, there's Batumi. Let's go and muck around over Batumi. Smoke on. I really wish we got more conditions like this here in the server. Because after the server resets, it switches to the sunrise. But you get some absolutely beautiful skies. But I just wish it went a little bit longer, so we could fly in some darker conditions. Just trying to hold that nose. A little bit of spinning antics.
Altitude. Altitude.
Doesn't look like there's anyone here at Batumi anymore, so we've got these skies to ourselves. That gorgeous sunset though. Full afterburner, quite a steep climb. Let's see what height we get to before the server resets, which I feel will be quite quickly. Passing 20,000 feet. $25. 30. Still got our smoke on. 35. 37. The way the light just starts to reflect on the underside of the canopy rail there. 41,000 feet. And I'm going to just stick on the autopilot here. Or just leave it in the afterburner. It's not like we're going to need the fuel to go anywhere from here. And there we go. Server reset. Well, there we go. A quick stream on the Aerobatics online server. Actually, we've been streaming for over an hour. I didn't think it was over an hour. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. As always, take care, stay safe, which is ever more meaningful just now. Thanks for watching. This is Liquid, signing off.